YouTubers, I am so happy to see you. I guess. I don't think anybody watches this channel, so maybe I'm not very happy to see you.
Oh, damn. We got so much to talk about. We have so much to talk about.
Of course we have so much to talk about.
I forgot, like, we got that copyright thing we're going to talk about in a minute.
We are.
We're gonna talk about Tank Top Sean. I forgot all about that guy. It's been such a busy week. But what occurred to me is when we talked last week, it was like Ray had done a trial, Matt had done a trial, Pat had done a trial, Pat did a trial this week, Matt did a trial this week. Ray, did you do a trial this week?
Did I do a trial this week? Yes, but I'm doing a jury on Monday.
I know. I got bounced into the jury on Monday. 2. You did 2 trials this week?
I did. I ended my jury on Tuesday, and then Wednesday morning I finished up a bench trial that was continued from like 3 weeks ago.
Now, maybe you think differently than me, so correct me if I'm wrong, but one of the interesting aspects about this job is you're doing a jury trial and it consumes all your thoughts. It's just like all you can think about while you're doing it. You get over it. The next day you do another trial, which you're into at least for the moment. So now you're into Thursday, and by Thursday you don't even remember what you did Monday.
No.
Like you've got to like think through it. Like, what did I do on Monday? What did I have up?
No, I enjoyed Tuesday for about as long as it took me to get to the office. And then I picked up Wednesday's file and tried to remember where we left off. Had to look at my notes, had to look at the transcripts, had to look at all kinds of stuff.
This is what I tell people, man. This is like you're doing what we do is like being a defensive back. Like you're never going to have super high highs or super low lows that last forever, because every snap you got to be ready to go, and those snaps are coming left and right.
I tell all my guys, you got to have a memory like a goldfish. Goldfish remember stuff for about 7 seconds.
Yeah, that's good too, because not only do you have to forget it, like some of that stuff you just have to erase from your memory, or you'll never want to keep doing this job.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
This is the part of the job that is never talked about anywhere.
This is really the stuff they should talk about in law school. Like, do you want a career where you're going to have to like actively attempt to forget stuff, or drink or exercise at night to forget what you did earlier in the day in order to sleep, because your brain's going to go 1,000 miles a minute, right? I get to end my week with a juvenile hearing that we are now on our 5th or 6th day of permanency hearing. Oh, did you get appointed to that? Oh man, good luck.
I had a bench trial this afternoon, and it dismissed.
Nice, that's a win.
Nice.
You know, you guys know like nobody else. When you're like, yeah, I'll do this trial. If that's how you feel about it, you're never doing that trial. You never get to do the trial where you go, you're like this. How is this going to go? I have a question. You never get to try the ones that you're going to smash them, because they always
actually went to admin court today and said, we need to have a hearing. I will let you clear these people out. So I waited about a half hour, at which point in time the administrative law judge said, well, we can't have a hearing today.
Which city?
I would like a hearing. The city very near my office. Completely overrun with early voters. It was just it was a train wreck, an absolute train wreck. So, yeah, that's exhibit 1 for your theory there, Ray. The ones you want to go.
No, I did a hearing out there about 3 weeks ago, and when I was out there, there's nobody in the courtroom, or there's nobody in the city hall. Pardon me. There's nobody in city hall, and the administrative law judge takes all of the cases and hears all the people who aren't there and all the defaults. And I'm like, it doesn't matter what order you do these in, and I can get out of here if you'll do my case.
Yes.
And he did me last.
Well, it's not like we could have just said, all right, you're not going to have a hearing today, and then I'll take all those people. I burned a half hour there. So
that's what they did. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no getting that time back, Pat.
Gone for good.
That's the thing about time, Ray. You can't go backwards.
Not yet.
I think at some point you probably can.
Okay.
He's like, okay. He agrees.
Sorry, I'm momentarily distracted by something more important than you guys.
Well, it's hard to imagine what that
hard to believe.
Hard to imagine.
I would tell you, but I can't because, this is like trading stocks. If I tell you what I'm doing, everybody's short, so they buys, and it's just unfair.
Over it. So the three that are watching us now, is that Pat, Matt, and Ray?
I'm not watching. Do we have a viewer?
I don't know. It says 3 watching now.
I think
my daughter is watching. She says you can't start this during the great debate. Whichever will I choose. So I guess we're competing against the great debate.
What debate is that?
I don't know what a great debate would be.
Is there a presidential debate? I'm not watching. Do we have a viewer? Sorry.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm watching. I mean, Pat's a football guy. Pat, do you ever watch Last Chance U on Netflix?
I love that.
Yeah, I'm watching. I don't know what is the 4th season or whatever. Not the guy in Oakland, but they went back to the other dude who just is always cussing. He's a throwback, right? This guy's not going to be employed. I'm watching this guy and I'm thinking, 1, he's only employable to junior college. Having been to a junior college, I think I can say that. He can only do this at a junior college. And 2, this guy's going to be out of work in 5 years. But
yeah,
I respect him.
Yeah, that kind of charm and personality does not really fly at big schools anymore.
It was pretty commonplace up until probably about 10, 15 years ago. But
shit, that was commonplace in youth football until about 10 years ago.
I remember my football coaches at in the Catholic Youth Organization at the Infant Jesus of Prague, the best dressed infant Jesus. So we had this guy who was an offensive lineman, like at a college somewhere, and in order to teach us to keep our heads low in like 3rd grade, he would have us kind of move across some dummies, and as we did, he would just take his forearm and he'd start doing this at like knee height. And if he caught your head, he would jam your head like into your spine all the way through the back of the line and just kind of flip you over. And I'm guessing they don't treat like 8-year-olds like that anymore.
No, they don't even want you. I'm not grabbing or yelling or screaming in a face mask. You can't, like when you're trying to position a kid, you can't touch their shoulder pads. You can't touch their face mask. You can't.
Really?
Nope.
When they gave you that instruction, did they give you their rationale?
It's offensive.
Damn lawyers.
Well, I just wonder how that thing filters through. I mean, do they have a general counsel who says, okay, guys, we're going to do this, or we're going to do that?
It's the last clinic I did, after doing it for 10 years, they had to teach me how to coach football. Was football, USA Football, which is the governing body for youth coaches, one of the predominant one. It's a partnership with the NFL and things like that. Making kinder, gentler football coaches.
I'm not into abusing kids. I mean, I hope mine's not really old enough that
you're about to prove that that's not true. Go ahead.
Paper, I'm not into abusing kids, but I just want to know. Okay, I know there's some meathead football coaches that took things too far. I definitely witnessed a lot of that in basketball too. But like football is a sport where a part of it is being able to tap into that what Doug Buffon calls the Neanderthal gene, right? Or Doug calls it Neanderthal gene. I mean, that's actually part of the sport in football. And I want to know whoever signed their kid up for football and was like, well, when the coach grabbed the kid and shook his shoulders and said, square up like this, like, I want to know the parent who had that problem, what they thought they were getting into with football. Did they think they were signing the kid up for tennis or something?
I don't think that's what happened. I think there was a lawsuit for a dislocated shoulder. There was maybe a neck injury. And
no, I mean, they tell us when, like, having the ice baths and things like that on site, and the hydration, the rate of hydration and all that stuff. They tell us when, that came out of legal action. Nothing about grabbing the face mask. It's just too aggressive towards the kids.
Pat, did you have to do when I used to coach cycling and stuff? I had to do safer sports stuff. Do you have to take the safer sports stuff?
It's
that's
part
like
of
that's like, you know, don't molest the kids you're coaching stuff, and you're like, yeah, I'm a defense attorney. I really don't. I'm trust me, I'm going to be more worried about this stuff than you guys are.
not really the the good touch, bad touch stuff, but it was what ours was. Concussion awareness, concussion protocol, return to play. After Corey Stringer, he passed away. Then it was hydration, ice baths. Things like that, things you got to watch out for, even, minor heat exhaustion. It was more medical based, and getting to the point where, you don't even go what they call go to thud, where it's just impact and wrap. They don't even want you doing that more than 1 or 2 days a week.
I get live hitting impact stuff. I just don't know how you can coach football without being a little bit hands-on. I mean,
what it came from, Ray, more than a lawsuit, was parents who were looking for after-school daycare for their kids.
Yeah, that's what I'm
early
guessing.
Evening daycare. Who have the kids have no intention of playing football. They have no intention of being football players. Who, and there's times where it's a safety thing. You can't put this kid on the field. He can't possibly defend himself on a football field. And they want to know why. Why isn't my son starting? Why isn't he getting equal playing time? Well, because he's going to get run over. He's going to get hurt. He's got a long way to go until he learns how to handle himself on a football field. A fifth grader who has no 6th, 7th, 8th grader who has no desire to play football, but his dad played football, so they're going to throw him out there. And it's a safety thing. And these kids just get, and those are the daycare kids.
I just don't know. I'm trying to think back when I was in football. If you're talking about, you've got a kid who's in his first or second year of football, and maybe you're trying to get him on the defensive line and get him down in a 4-point stance, and he's, squatting too far back and his knees are too far forward. Like, are you allowed to walk up to him and correct his positioning and stuff? Or they just don't want
you can, tap the knees, hey, up, get your back up.
Grab his ankles and pull him up and then yank him back and put him back down and say, I want you here.
Nope.
Well,
nope.
The old method was faster. I'll go with that. I'm not saying it's better. I'm saying it was faster.
I won't say it's better. It was certainly more effective.
Easier to remember, harder to forget, right?
I'm pretty sure my left ear still rings from getting hit in the helmet with a whistle. They're just spinning around on their finger and they want to get your attention. Just whack. That thing hits your helmet.
Kids used to do, because we had the chin snaps that had one snap on each side. Mm-hmm. You'd be running to get the drinking fountain or something, and kids would pull that thing off and whack you in the helmet with it, and you couldn't hear for hours. Yeah. Like who shot me?
Yep, it's a whole different mentality. I got out when the getting was good. I don't know that I could go back and coach 8-year-olds right now.
So, can we talk about how we're under attack?
I think we should.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are under attack.
We are under attack.
Watching videos has been attacked.
But let me just kind of, I'm minding my own business one day last week, and I get an email that somebody has made a copyright claim on one of our videos, and it is led to them pulling our video. And it's like, this is your first video. If this happens again, we're banning your channel.
What is the name of the video?
Hold on a second. We'll get there. It was one of the ones we live streamed pretty early on. I think the 19th one we live stream. But forget the name of the video because I got the screen up. I'll show you in a minute. The moron who has the copyright claim goes by the name of Sean Tank Top. So I'm thinking
that's not fair. Why are you calling him a moron, Matt?
We talked about Elton John. Maybe we played some Elton John, Elton John's coming after us, whatever. I can deal with this. Some douche canoe named Sean Tank Top has claimed that we have violated Sean Tank Top's copyright.
And what specifically did Sean Tank Top copyright that we used?
Well, we can move through that in a minute, but I'm just trying to sort to that video, and I want to show you guys something really quick that just popped up, and I maybe have been derelict. So Pat, before you got involved, Ray and I would watch these videos at his office, and we would make fun of police. If you look recently, they just blocked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these.
5 of the old school ones?
Yeah. This is something I didn't know. Now, I don't know how to, like, this one has 2,900 views. This one is the best because people used to comment on it. And I mean, I know who made these copyright claims. I can't tell what it says on here who made these copyright claims. I know who made them. And it would be a TV show that, I was going to say for better or for worse, but definitely for better, is no longer with us.
When you were looking at these PD videos, were you guys shooting that live?
Yes. It was all very live.
Okay.
Very, very, who would have thought that dumb thing would go off the air? So I'm looking through here. Let me give you the screen back. The one that apparently we got banned on was about the 19th one we did. So that would have been, when did we start?
Like March?
Yeah, March, April. I mean, I did a little looking into this. Maybe I can throw it out there and you guys can guess why you think this is a copyright claim. You're never going to guess. Or did I tell you, Ray?
You did not tell me.
All right, hang on. Let me see if I can
I'm
send you.
enlarging the screen so I can study it carefully.
Are you logged into the account,
Where
Ray?
the detail is.
Are you logged into the account?
I don't think I am.
All right. So if you're logged into the account, because I don't think you'll be able to see it if you're not logged into the account.
Okay,
Well, hold on a second. I mean, if you log into the account, you can then show the world our banned video.
Hi, defense lawyers watching videos. Due to a copyright takedown notice that we received, we had to take down your video. This means that your video can no longer be played on YouTube. Are we able to play it in our...
Yeah, I think we can look at it. That's what I'm saying. If we log in, we can look at it from the backside.
Okay, is it on... Where did we post these things?
So see, there it is. So if one of our loyal 4 or 5 followers tries to find us, that's what they get. So let me see if
I think that makes us look more radical.
So as I look for this video, Pat, I told Ray, I think we have one of 2 options here. There's option 1. We got to look through this. And if they don't like what we do, we just get banned. And there's option 2. Maybe in a moment, we can start looking at more of Sean Tank Top's videos. Although I would point out, I think we're streaming through Ray's account right now. So that might not work.
Yeah, maybe not.
Because we've already been banned from posting on our own account.
Oh my head.
Do you know what the offensive thing is? Is it just the TV program?
I do know.
Or is it one of the police officers on the program?
I did a lot of looking into this. I mean, you guys are going to be shocked when I tell you.
Sean Tank Top. Sean Tank Top.
I mean, I think they might have eliminated our video. I can't find it in here at all anymore. And if you remember, Ray, this is when there was some uncertainty about our numbering. So it was like 17, 18, 17.
Yeah, well, I was in charge of that. So it would go 17, 17. It's got to be 19 by now. 24. Didn't we do 25, 26? That's how our numbering system was very carefully constructed.
Man, we seem to have a lot of copyright claims. 37 has a copyright claim, 36 is a copyright claim. But there's only one person who said you got to take us down, and that's Sean Tube Tops.
How does he get to say that?
When I tell you guys this, you're gonna be like, you got to be kidding me. So
Hey, we could. I wonder according to this, he's creating YouTube short films. We could join for $2 per month. Sean Tank Top.
Do we have that in the budget?
Yeah,
Scrape it up.
I think we do. So I'm gonna. Do you remember way back in the day, Pat, that we thought it was necessary for Ray to hear the Bill Burr rant about Cubs fans?
Yes.
He's like, you see some silly guy with a Let's Play 2 hat. He is not to be trusted. So
he's a Cub fan, and he's not to be trusted.
The video we played by was by this idiot Sean Tube Top.
So,
yeah,
the copyright violation that we're being accused of is we took his copyright violation of Bill Burr's material.
So,
I wonder if Bill Burr knows that Sean Tank Top is copywriting his stuff.
Sean Tube Top, I think. Is it Sean Tube Top?
There's no way.
Sean Crop Top.
That's what happened. But we didn't do it in 7 videos.
Here we go.
Okay.
So we've got a copyright strike through January 16. It was removed because it was manually detected, which I think means that this moron found it somehow. The content identified in your video is listed below along with details and actions. Now, I think that for a while, YouTube would let us contest this. And if we were wrong, they would delete our account or disable our account. I feel like we're lawyers and we should be able to sort our way through it, right?
You feel like we should have some power over this. We should have some say.
So we can either contact Sean Tank Top, Tube Top, or we can submit a counter notification.
I think we have to contact the claimant. Absolutely. 100 out of 100 times.
As we are huge, as we've stated numerous times on this particular.
Oh, and I guess that
program.
we know his name now.
There's Sean Tube Top's direct email if anybody wants it.
We are big Bill Burr fans, and I feel as though his work is being used in a fashion that Sean Tube Top, Crop Top, is claiming as his own.
Oh, hold on, gentlemen. I think we have to understand that by filing a counter notification, you're beginning a legal process.
Don't scare me.
Are we comfortable with? Do you guys have insurance? I have insurance.
Yeah,
I am so comfortable.
I think we need to now counterclaim that this is Bill Burr's stuff. Then it's not his stuff.
Are we sure that it's Bill Burr's stuff that is the basis of the claim?
So I'm guessing, Sean.
Hey, let's look and see. That might be an interview. Maybe that's not stand up. Maybe it's Bill Burr and a podcast producer, or
I'm gonna guess
we might have multiple people to notify.
I'm gonna guess that Sean Tiny Top is claiming fair use of the Bill Burr stuff because he added the video with a lot of cuts and editing and stole a lot of pictures from like Getty and all those other people, because I don't think he took any of those pictures. So I'm guessing he's claiming fair use of the video. I don't know. Should we look into this? How much do we want to look into this?
A lot. I'm so interested in this.
Should we go to Sean? Do you want to go to Sean Tube Top's video right now and watch the video we just videoed so we know exactly what we're talking about?
I think we have to.
Let's see. I think it's this easy. Bill Burr, Cubs fans.
Yep.
Oh, right there. Link 1 is Sean Tube Top.
No way.
You had Michael Jordan.
Can you hear it?
Right? 85
Yeah.
Bears is a little rough. But you got the black.
Oh, okay. So he did some editing on top of Bill Burr talking.
Yeah, you started caring when some nerd wearing a watch.
Right?
touched a foul ball.
I forgot there was pictures in there. There was a video in there. Yeah.
You are.
Should we report Sean Tube Top?
6 guys standing around who also reached up.
Well, yeah, but half of this is his editing.
That's what I'm saying. But
Pictures that
you didn't
somebody
take that picture of Bartman.
Punks.
He doesn't own any of this stuff.
Sympathy for Chicago Cubs fan because they don't even give a fuck.
He did some writing in there.
The last 10
Yeah,
years.
he's.
But other than that, it's just been take your shirt.
I think.
Okay.
That,
I think before we do it, let's get a game plan. Let's get a game plan. See who else we need to notify, and
Well,
then we notify.
You know
Then
what
we-
the thing is?
Then we notify him on the air live.
I know that Bill Burr does Mondays. He does a Monday podcast.
Yeah, he does. And this says check out Bill's Monday. Bill does a podcast every Monday morning.
And I think that a letter to Bill that says, "Dear Bill, we're 3 lawyers, 2 of them which drink too much. You guess."
I can
We do
download
a
that, right?
podcast. We do a podcast, and the thing is that somebody snagged your podcast, and we just played a brief clip of it, and he copyright violated us.
See, so I mean,
We need to contact Bill.
yeah, Sean Tiny Teeth didn't take this picture. I'm not sure why he thinks he has rights to this picture. I mean, it's obviously an older picture. The thing that bothers me or gives me some pause, but this should be like a game recognized game kind of thing, is that he's a Sox fan, or says he roots for the South Side, which I think means he's probably not a Sox fan, because I wouldn't say it like that. But on the other hand, do I want to die out a Sox fan? The flip side of that is he didn't give a shit about us, did he?
No, I think it's quite clear that we're Sox fans.
Just didn't care.
Otherwise, we would have been playing Bill Burr destroying Cub fans.
Well, wait a minute, Pat. I don't think that exists. You're thinking of Lee Elia.
Yes, 220,000 subscribers.
He's a big deal, Ray. Let's see what other brilliant things he's come up with. Videos. Let's look at his here, let's see what his biggest video is. I'll bet his biggest video doesn't have anything to do with PBTs and a fat cop in Arizona.
My Game of Thrones.
Oh, he's one of those.
Oh, it's reactions at a Burlington bar. Is this Burlington, Wisconsin? Oh, wait a second. You know what? It looks like we're going to a bar on Sunday. Right?
Yeah, well, that's when Game of Thrones was on. Yeah,
There's 7.6 million losers have watched this video. I mean, can you believe that?
You're missing my point. I think all we have to do is make a visit to a Burlington bar on Sunday night.
This guy is really, really popular with, well, I'm not.
You guys really don't like that idea, do you?
Burlington bar on a Sunday?
On purpose?
Motor boater, is that the same thing?
Is this Sean Tube Top here, you think?
Fat little kid, #1 motor boater.
Check out my Patreon page. Links in description.
I don't, which one of these is Sean Tube Top?
That's got to be him right there. Nope.
Oh, there he is. Hey, guys,
Sean Tank Top.
Sean Tank Top is the guy back there in the tank top.
That's the name, Sean. Okay, I get it.
Oh, I thought he meant tube top. I thought it was a girl.
Crop top.
So sorry about that, Sean. So sorry. Because, Sean's can be girls or guys.
Oh, yeah, why is he got a, we got a Sox fan in here. Can we talk this through with that guy? Look at this guy. We could get through this. Like he's wearing, oh, I thought it was an NWO pro wrestling shirt.
What Sean should do? He has these 3-person setups. I know 3 guys that would work for him.
Ray, look at how tight these people are. We're not going to fit in that screen, buddy. You know what I'm saying? We need a couple rows, a couple levels, maybe a wide angle camera pushed back a little farther.
Social distance.
Let's just go ahead and downvote this too. That's got 141,000 viewers.
Is this something that you do though? You go and you challenge people who like reference your video?
When your entire video collection is you adding on to people's copyrighted works. He's got Game of Thrones clips in there. He's got Bill Burr clips in there.
Look at this loser. Now he's copping The Last Dance.
Little pudgy man in the corner.
Was that a Miller Lite case, by the way?
So what happens is YouTube has
Oh, you know what happened?
I know what happened.
Watchers in the bar, and then COVID happened, and now he does watchers in the bunker.
So what happened? But YouTube is scanning for this stuff, and YouTube would have notified him like, hey, we think somebody used your video.
You get a couple notifications now.
I thought you said it was a manual pick.
So I'm guessing they sent him a notification and he went through and looked at it because it did say manual.
So how long did we play his thing for?
Well, I don't know. What is this? Like a minute 58?
Oh, that video's a minute 58?
Should we start with a polite comment asking him for a comment or like start a dialogue right here in the comments?
I think that you probably should say, hey, Sean, defense lawyers watching videos. Cool stuff. What's with your beef?
Okay. Is that what you want, Ray?
That's what I want.
I don't know if the @ sign works in these. Doesn't look like it. What do you want me to say, Ray?
Hey, Sean, cool video.
Cool video.
Defense lawyers watching videos wants to know, what up?
Oh, what about the debate?
Go ahead and put it on. What up?
And then let's just go with
We'll get your draft next.
I'm okay so far.
Okay. Go ahead,
I mean,
Ray.
he seems like it.
am I able to put an email in a comment?
Let's try it. What do you want?
flavinlaw@gmail.com.
Why are you not watching the debate?
Can I tell him? I'm
Do
talking to these guys.
you know that?
Shh. This is very important.
Do you know that Trump said he's done more for the black community
Okay, Mara.
than the possible?
Do you think if we wanted to watch the debate, we'd be talking on?
Than the possible exception.
This was going great till you showed up.
Of
Mara, don't ruin it for me. I haven't made up my mind yet.
Can you give me the food and leave?
I
No.
want to watch the debate. I haven't made up
My
my
basement.
yet.
All right, hold on a sec, guys.
I
We
need
need
these two old guys to debate about who should get off my lawn. Hey, you, get off my lawn.
Ray at rayflavin.com.
He said the only people who
No,
they're
let's go with flavinlaw@gmail.com.
Just let it go. They can't hear you. What's that?
flavinlaw@gmail.com.
He's very upset that we're not watching this. flavinlaw@gmail.com.
Yeah. I don't want to. No, not Ray.
No, Flavin Law.
Flavinlaw.
Hey,
Name is
look,
Flavin
I
Law.
might have COVID. Cut me some slack.
I don't want him to bomb my commercial page.
Does this work for you, Ray?
Looks perfect.
Pat, is this how you would do this? Okay, I'll hit comment. It's definitely not how I would do it.
How would you do it, Matt?
Ray, we may only have one shot to let this idiot know that we think he's a total loser. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think he's a loser. He makes great videos. They're so good that we want to show them on our page.
We're like-minded YouTubers who were in agreement with the sentiment of his video.
He misunderstands our use.
Another camera shot he took, right?
Yes.
I feel like if Ray, if you're not able to be diplomatic with this guy, I don't think we have one choice, and that's just to contest his copyright claim and see if we can get banned.
Well, we can do that standing on our heads. That's piece cake.
Don't say that, Pat. I had a client do that on the way out the door last week.
I mean, isn't the move like we contest that, and then when YouTube come back and they're like, look, if this isn't successful, we're gonna delete your account. We respond to that with, ooh.
You're like this. Have you ever heard of go-to meetings?
Yeah, whatever. Google has their own product we'll start using. Who the hell cares? I mean, this is
YouTube's not the only place.
I hate
to use you, man. He tried to use you.
So I mean, I'm not okay. I am trying to be critical, but I mean, as we go through here, does any of this stuff look appealing to you guys?
Well, I like the idea. You take something that's a success, you make it the first part of your title, and then you go reaction video.
Right. So you almost like calling something like defense lawyers watching videos, watching live PD reactions.
Very similar.
No, I don't think that's. I think that the thing is that if we were doing something like that, we would have said live PD, watch the reactions by defense lawyers.
I think that is almost exactly what the first one or two of our videos were called.
Which was called live PD?
I think it was like defense lawyers react to live PD.
Right, but we didn't put we weren't trying to get the name of the program to be the reason you clicked on it.
I think in the first couple we were.
We need to put reaction. What if we put defense lawyers reacting to Sean Tank Top's videos?
Oh, you guys want to do one? Hold on a second. Let me
do a whole series.
Well, let's wait and see what his response is to Ray.
Okay. These are all super long though. Like really going out on a limb there, Sean Tube Top, with this reaction to The Last Dance. I mean, what a loser.
You keep on saying he's a loser, but you haven't met him yet, Sean or Matt. Other Sean.
Well, I mean, Ray, he came in the box
right there.
He could have emailed us and been like,
is that him in front right there?
With the tube top? Yeah.
Tube top.
I don't think that's a tube top. Doesn't a tube top have elastic and it stretches across the front?
Would you ask him? You can ask him when he emails.
Okay. Dear Sean Tube Top. And that's what we would do is we would purposefully butcher his name again and again and again. And then how many times do you think he would correct us? Like the first 8 times?
Well, considering this is probably his 5th or 6th video we've played part of, he's going to be, I suspect, waking up to a blown up inbox at this point.
I would think so.
You think you want that sensitive?
Is there anything you'd like to say to him now, Ray?
I know that I respect you. I know these other 2 guys, I don't know where they're from, but you seem like a Cubs fan and somebody from Wisconsin. And that's the things that these guys love. Those are the very thing that these guys love.
We do perhaps have more in common.
There's no way that when they open your bar in Burlington, there's no way that they show up some Sunday. There's no way that ever happens.
Well,
just to say hi.
Speaking of, before we sign off, we do have to talk about the COVID.
I got a test today. Ray shamed me into taking a test.
I took one like 3 weeks ago.
You were having symptoms.
How'd you do, Pat? Did you pass?
I aced it.
So Ray basically accused me of having symptoms today at lunch, and he wasn't wrong. I had a headache, and I felt like
did not look well.
I wasn't feeling well. I thought it was seasonal allergies and migraines, and it turns out I think I'm right. But when somebody levies that charge against you, you don't just walk into court. So
you get tested.
Yeah, so I went to get tested, and Ray took care of my afternoon court. So I'm I'm anxiously awaiting the results. Can I have a chip, please? But what did you want to talk about, Pat?
The state of affairs, and I do believe, and I'd have to go back and look, but I do believe we did call October, did we not?
Let go of the screen here and let me do a quick Wisconsin numbers graph because Sean is from Wisconsin. I'm worried about him.
Oops. Let me get Sean off of here. He's kind of a loser anyways. We called October for the re-shutdown or the repeat.
Yeah. Well,
You know
turns
that-
out it's going to be both, but I think we said that things were going to shut down in October, and October 26th, District
that
155. District 155 is going all remote learning. So Tommy Walsh home full time after 5 days in school.
Here's why I don't think you're going to see a full-on shutdown
Holy crap.
at the governor level yet.
He's already talking about whacking Southern Illinois, isn't he?
Well, that doesn't surprise me, Pat. I don't think he's really going to try to clamp down until after the election.
What is this, Wisconsin?
This is Wisconsin, 7-day average percent positive by person.
Wow.
Wow.
23%.
Wow.
But look, go back. Hold on. Scroll down, Ray. Sorry. If you look, they're steadily going up in May. Then they dip the end of May. And then there's that huge spike right about where their Supreme Court said that the stay-at-home orders were nixed. Right?
Yeah, that's not, as I said, the thing is that I don't know if I was talking to either one of you, but I talked to somebody and I said, I think that the court might shut back down.
Well,
I got some disagreement from somebody. They said, well, the McHenry County Court seems to be open no matter what. So maybe
that someone was me. I'll be honest with you. I said, I don't think McHenry County is going to close for anything.
Right. Well, that's possibility that they just don't move for anything. But I think if we drop back down into phase 2, I just don't think it's feasible because I don't think anything fits.
Part of the reason I don't think McHenry County is going to do anything is because since March, they've not set up the infrastructure to do it. Every other county has done much bigger investment in infrastructure and Kane County can go 100% remote tomorrow. DeKalb County can go 100% remote tomorrow. Boone County can go 100% remote tomorrow. McHenry County can't.
Why can't they?
Do they have the owls and all the stuff in all the courtrooms?
Yeah.
I think we do. I know that we don't do it in some courtrooms, which makes you go, huh? But
I guess my other question about that would be, if you're set up to do that and you want to make it an easy transition, why have you not been trying to do it? I was on Zoom today in Kane County from McHenry County, and Judge Clement is working the breakout rooms, and he's got Zoom down like it's nobody's business because he's been doing it for 6 or 8 months. It's super smooth.
I'll tell you what, I've been told that even if we do go back down, this was before June 1st. I've been told that even if we do go back down, that due to the separation of powers, that the court is not bound by the governor's order. I mean, we can have, even if we go to 10, we can still have 22 people in a courtroom picking a jury.
And you know who would say that, Pat? Somebody who has no intention of closing the courts.
Yep. But I'm probably going to go, and I probably got one going on Monday again.
I guess the thing that's bothersome about these graphs is if we look from our zero to first peak graph, and we can sort of get some idea of this slope right here. Look at this slope right here. Right there. And actually from back here, you could argue that we're going to be here by December, right?
Well,
it does not bode well for the young men of Crystal Lake South being able to play football in the spring.
Well, there isn't Crystal Lake South basically a MAC team anyways. The MAC's going back, just have them play with their colleges.
Yeah, we could do that.
Are we going to be able to convince clients to come to court?
I met with 2 guys today that shouldn't be in court.
Well, not shouldn't be in court. I have 3 clients that one says that he is mask exempt, and I have 2 that they're kind of older gentlemen, and they're like super not interested in going to court. I mean, one of them's like this. One of them is one of those cases, Pat. It's one of those, yes, give me a jury now, right now. But the problem is that they're just not interested in coming in and dealing with the exposure. I wonder, and as I said, nobody has instructed me to say, tell the judge I'll be there when they figure this out. But if they do, am I done? The mask exempt guy, I've had 3 continuances, and the guy's been standing outside the courthouse, and I mean literally outside. And the judge set a final next time, and I'm like, okay, set a final. What do you want me to do? Do you want him to come inside? He says he says that he's mask exempt.
They're not going to let him in.
Okay. So what is the solution to this? Somebody's going to get arrested? Sure hope it's not me.
Oh.
I have a question that maybe nobody's thinking about. And it's this. One of us starts a jury trial. We're into day 1. We put on some stuff. Jurors assemble the jury assembly room, go to lunch, come back, whatever. The next morning, we find out one of them had COVID. You've got a jury, and you've got a jury that's sworn, and now you've got a juror that's sick, and now, according to state law, all those people should quarantine.
Well, we have alternates.
Pat, everybody who's in the room should quarantine.
Yep.
So what do you do now?
Either
you're not going to quarantine, and you're going to tell those people who are possibly exposed to COVID they got to keep deliberating, which I can't imagine that would cause them to just want to get through stuff right away. Or you're discharging a jury that's been sworn in the middle of a trial, and having once pushed this issue a little too far, you may have double jeopardy problems.
But we can do juries, Matt. We're going to do juries.
I know. It's like this stuff. I'm betting this stuff probably isn't even discussed in those meetings.
Matt, you would have had to have jury trial experience to do that.
But they've got all the backing they need. A little bit farther south in a town called Springfield. What are we going to do? We're going to appeal it?
I would. But I mean, you've got 2 bad options there. Either you send the jury home and you call that case closed, or you tell these people who've been told for months that if they've been around somebody with COVID, they got to quarantine. And I don't know how you did your jury, Pat, but my first question to all those people was, have any of you been around anybody who's got COVID? No. Okay. Did anybody ask you in the building here today? State's attorney didn't ask you. The judge didn't ask you. Did they ask you back in the jury commission room? Oh, no, they didn't ask you there either. So they're not even trying to screen these people for COVID.
Every school visit we went on with.
When you had that kind of questioning, did they shut you down?
No, I got to ask it. Excuse me. That's a legitimate question.
I asked if anybody had any concerns or if anybody had any symptoms.
What I thought is you know what you do? You grab the public health questionnaire and you go like this. Have you been exposed to somebody with COVID? Do you have a fever? How do you feel? Have you been sick? Right? Have you been to the doctor in the past 14 days?
Why should that even be part of my jury selection? Why is that not like, why isn't the jury commissioner asking that question? I know they take temperatures, but why is somebody, what's that?
They do?
I was told that they get their temperatures taken on the way in.
On the way in where?
Jury assembly room.
But I'm glad they're taking precautions with them and not us.
Yeah, isn't that great? They're in a bubble pad. Once they're in, they're fine, right?
Every junior college we went to, when we would go in, first of all, they were all closed up. But every time we went in to go look at the facilities or go meet the coach in his office, we had to take, essentially a hand sanitizer bath. And even these junior colleges had, put your feet here. It would scan your face with an infrared. And okay, you're 98.7, boom, you're green. Go ahead, next person. A junior college has the budget for that kind of gear. We don't.
They definitely do. But that's what I'm saying, man. Like McHenry County has just done the absolute bare minimum. And basically it seems to be giving the vibe that, hey, if we get to shut down again, we're just not shutting down.
I will say this, none of my jurors, because I asked them if they had any concerns about, being here in the pandemic, not a single one raised their hand.
I had the same issue, and I'm just really wondering if we're getting an honest reaction, because I had a witness on a 11510 hearing a couple months ago who was wearing 2 sets of gloves, the face mask, and the shield. And I ask all these people, I say, are you comfortable if I take my mask off, but I stand 30 feet away? And she was like, no, I'm not. And then I had to hand her a piece of paper at one point, like this. And she's grabbing it with these double gloves. Now, that's not a jury trial. I'm getting a thumbs up for those precautions out of my wife, by the way, who I call COVID Karen. But that wasn't a jury trial, but it was a closed courtroom and a felony courtroom. And I think there's less peer pressure there. I think there's an aspect to those people that they don't want to be the one person muckraking or causing problems back in the jury room, because it's already a super intimidating, process to go through. I have a hard time believing 1 out of 15 people doesn't have a problem with the COVID procedures there.
We had a woman she looked like she was like 14 months pregnant. I mean, she was super pregnant. And the jury commission just said, yeah, go ahead. Go on in. I mean, we excused her for cause. I mean, she was concerned, but not enough to where she didn't want to serve. I'm like, I can't be part of that.
It's just insane to me how little, there's no contact tracing, right? There's no, I don't want to sound like spooky or anything, but there's nothing in place. So if there is a problem, we would ever know. They're in a position right now where they can say, well, we've never had a problem with the juror, because they don't know. Meanwhile, I sent a jury home last week. You sent a jury home this week. Those people won't know if they got COVID to the courthouse for 7 or 14 days, right? They're going to have no idea. No idea.
We did have a client. One of the lawyers in our office was expecting a child, and she was doing 203. Our client was there. The courthouse got a call from the Department of Public Health that afternoon. The courthouse called his family law attorney, who hadn't seen him in 30 days, and said, hey, one of your clients tested positive. The lawyer who was expecting, who saw him that morning, got a call. If that happened on Monday, got a call Wednesday.
So
from court admin.
I respect that effort. However, did everybody else in the courtroom get called?
No, my point is they called the person who hadn't seen him for a month.
Right.
And did not call the lawyer who saw him that morning, who was quite clearly with child.
So other places.
Nice job, boys.
I know people hate when I bring this up, but other places make you fill out a form as you walk into the courtroom. And then you click a time like morning, afternoon, evening. And there they could just go back to all those sheets and email all those people. Hey, just so you know, we see you're in this courtroom on this day. You should be advised. There was a person who was exposed to COVID or tested positive for COVID. You may have been exposed. It's something that costs almost nothing. Something that would make me feel a lot better, but it's not being done. Not there anyways.
Gentlemen,
Are we
we've
done?
exhausted
I
our
got half
time.
a taco left.
We've exhausted their time, but we haven't exhausted Matt's tacos.
No.
I'd urge you to click the bell if you want to be notified when this joke of a show starts and ends. I don't think it notifies them when they end, Pat. I don't think it does. Anyway, you'll be notified when the show starts. And you'll be notified if we're taken off the air / YouTube by Sean TubeTap.
My guy.
Adios, YouTubers.
We should get Sean TubeTap shirts.
We need Sean Tube Top doing a reaction of us doing a reaction to him. That's a lose-lose all around.
The circle of life.
I'm guessing he doesn't swear as much.
Good night, everybody. I'm sure he does. I'm sure.